it's roaming, I think. And Witch Doctor is also pretty good against tanky cores. They had Shadow Fiend and who was the other one on Rave? They picked Shadow Fiend and
they had the Bristleback.
BKB.
The Bristleback was on.
It was Leshrac.
Darkseer.
Well, Leshrac, Shadow Fiend, both very high HP but vulnerable to physical damage. I think those are the best ways to deal with those heroes because they will probably get BKBs, and Witch Doctor can profit like the Earthshaker did last game.
All right, TNC smoked up once again, and we're in game 2, where if Rave loses the game, they are eliminated.
Yeah, very important for both teams. TNC wants to get this quick 2-0 and get a chance to make it to the next series where they'll face off against MVP Phoenix. So with that said, guys, we're going to give it to our casters, Luminous and Gods. Take it away.
Thank you, Mr. K-Pop-Tosis. Here we go. Smoking the enemy jungle, looking to get down some early wards, finding an early first blood. Just TNC classic. Rave last time read them very well. This time around, though, not going to find them immediately, and Jay are going to be running right into this disruptor. There we go. The pinks come out. They both spotted each other. It looks like nobody going to get caught out here with the initial rotation.
I wonder why they warded the big camp. I guess the Shadow Fiend stacking.
That's a big thing to prioritize shutting down, though. Especially when the medium camp is right there. And if your Radiant supports aren't stacking for him, the Shadow Fiend can be just fine. He'll just go for the medium camp instead now.
Yeah.
Or they'll stack the other big camp for him.
So Teehee most likely going mid. Oh, he's generally always going mid.
Yeah, they normally send the Bloodseeker mid, so it will be Bloodseeker versus Shadow Fiend. Both will be grabbing a bounty rune apiece, and fairly standard opening for the two teams as far as the mid matchups go. Actually, no, Jayo's going safely. No, he's going to swing back mid. Chrissy's up on him.
Okay.
This is what you'd expect. Jayo just took a long time to get to the mid lane, and we'll get those first, maybe just miss like 1 or 2 creeps here.
And in this particular matchup, I don't think a block matters nearly as much.
Yep.
So normally, seen when Bloodseeker is played, he maxes Thirst, which is, I believe, his best spell. Or has he been playing it differently?
I do not know the specifics.
Okay.
I've seen him once against the... I mean, item-wise, I've seen him go for Blade Mail. I've seen him rush BKB. I've seen more item-wise, but I haven't seen the actual skill builds. So, we'll find out. As for TNC, here at the bottom lane, it's going to be a off-lane Bristleback Witch Doctor. This is the exact lane that came out last game from Rave, and early aggression on Chrissy just to start giving him some harass here.
That was a decent cast. Bounce off the creeps. Got like 4 right clicks in. But Jayo's going to have a tough time in this early game.
Once he gets the souls, he can look to bully Teehee out of the lane, with especially with the Earthshaker rotation. But
I almost thought he should have gone the level 1 Raze build. Just to... Oh, he did. Okay. Oh, is he going to get first blooded? Yep, that's it. I mean, Teehee's going to die here, but fine.
Yeah. That's completely worth it there. Gets first blood. Nice chunk of gold going his way. He gets more than 200 gold.
Here's the thing.
Good old 5 recaps.
TNC is like... The way they play almost feels like a pub all-star game, right? Like, they just snowball. Everything they do is just snowball.
No, the SA leaderboards, I think 4 of their players are in like the top 6 or 7 on the leaderboard. It's actually crazy. These guys are like a pub star team in the sense that they all have a crazy individual skill, but they have been playing together a while. That's one of the big things about the SCA qualifier. There's a lot of teams with big name players, like if you look at G-God, where they have Yamate, Winter, Ling, and all these players. These teams didn't do well. They formed a month before like the qualifier. Same for Invasion with Extinct, Shaitan, and that stuff. But
Eva with Miracle and Chains. And
the teams who have had consistent rosters are the 4 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The last roster change any of these teams made, I believe, was MVP Hot 6 when they brought in Jerax from Europe, which happened like 3 to 4 months ago now. So, consistency paying off in SEA. And right now, TNC, well, it's been looking good for this upcoming team. A lot of people on the Western team probably wouldn't have even heard about or known these players before this qualifier, but looking good here against Rave.
Yeah, I wonder what this top lane is. I mean, I guess Quab is just getting levels here.
This is a similar problem to last game where, well, I guess it's the other side, where Rave with the offlane Darkseid should be able to not get zoned out too badly, because last game was the Timbersaw where you're getting farm as well as decent experience, and should be a similar story here with the Darkseid in the offlane.
That's the thing, though. In theory, that Disruptor is really good against Darkseid, because the threat of a kill with the Glimpse pullback. But I feel that Darkseid has now gotten, what, level 3? So he could just easily keep getting levels by putting Iron Shell. So perhaps the early level has not been well played, and as a result, this Darkseer is making it home on the top lane.
All right, so TNC going to be happily settling in here. Bloodseeker and Queen of Pain both lasting well, and on the Radiant side, similarly, Leshrac and Shadow Fiend farming well. It's going to be interesting to see when the rotations come out. Earthshaker's made his move to sit behind this mid lane. Jayo approaching level 5, which is where there is some kill potential. Just a casual feed. It doesn't even follow it up with any raises, though. And
well, I say that Bloodseeker is approaching level 6. That's where the real kill potential is. So I think Earthshaker is just sitting mid. His job is to pull that medium cap and then sit mid. Or either that Shaker needs to have a TP skill ready.
We're going to come in on Sam H here from the side. Earthshaker there with the Fissure as well, and the damage going to suffice as Leshrac brings down Bristleback. A nice punish on the Bristle, who was trying to contest the neutral pulls.
Oh, they're going to make a go here, right? They do have the glimpse. Do they? Are they going to glimpse him back?
I think they're waiting to use it. They need to make sure they have vision. He glimpses back the TP. Blink Scream, one right click. Nicely played by TNC. That was really good. They knew the Darkseer was trapped there and just happily used the glimpse elsewhere.
Very patient on that glimpse, yeah.
Right, Queen of Pain just has to wait for the blink cooldown now. Noji's going to take these last hits and
he's stuck in there.
He's got bottle.
Chrissy got his TP cancel. He's actually stuck in there. Chrissy might actually die as a result. We'll break the trees with the stun and he should drop. Nice kill. Meanwhile, Rupture, TP immediately being forced out.
Still a win. That's a short cooldown on Rupture, and Bloodseeker, he doesn't, I mean, he'd obviously prefer the kill, but he's still controlling this middle lane, out-farming Shadow Fiend, and putting Rave in a tough spot.
Normally, that's what I like to say, but it feels like Bloodseeker needs those kills, though. You think he's one of those?
I don't think he needs that kill. He needs like one in his first 3 Ruptures he wants to kill from.
Yeah.
I think if you look at that as his first Rupture, you're like, okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If he goes like 3-4 Ruptures in a row without a kill, then you say, okay, this is a problem.
Yeah, this is not working. Because you don't pick Bloodseeker to make them TP.
No. To me, it's like it's a math thing where if you're getting 1 in 3, you're fine.
Yeah. Especially, also the thing is, when Shadow Fiend TP's home, normally other mid just like lose like 2 creep wave, but Shadow Fiend walks back and raise. He's kind of back in it. So we'll see how he kind of begins to rotate.
Still, and I think Jayo does not have his jungle to fall back to as well when he feels the lane's too dangerous with that early Observer down. Ninja Boogie going to come in with an Impale, followed up by a Split Out. 7 gets low with the Lightning Storm. Voodoo Restoration going to be enough. No, he stays around. He's still alive. Oh boy, Sam H wants to run in as well. Has 1 charges to play around with. Maybe. Okay, not going to need to pop him. No follow-up Lightning Storm. The Haste Rune for Shadow Fiend. Not a... What did I get? Bloodseeker may be the answer to Haste Runes, you know? Everyone complains about the S4 runes. This is maybe the hero people need to be picking more.
Does he have a teleport skill, the Shadow Fiend?
He doesn't. Apparently no.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. That's it. Courier flag out. Surely that's a TP, and that is the case.
So there's 2 ways to kind of build towards the Bloodseeker. The first one is the most common, the ones that we see a lot in pub games, which is the kind of the Blade Mail. I Rupture, I run in, I turn in Blade Mail, right click.
Yep.
Sam H gets initiative. The other way is kind of a unique movement Bloodseeker build where you go like Yules and hold that thought, because here comes initiation. Fissure is going to get blocked off, but they should have Glimpse to take him back to the other side, but seeing the TP, they don't want to. So the Bloodseeker movement build is you use the Thirst movement plus whatever movement speed item you get, like SNY or Yules, and you just run on the outskirt of the fight, and you keep using your Blood Right as a zoning spell. And you need your teammates to do the damage. So
there's just a lot of lockdown, I feel like, to go to that. For that build against Lion Earthshaker, maybe it doesn't work as well.
Glimpse back, but great Fissure block, and I don't think he'll make it out. The Hex will cancel the TP. And once again, we see Earthshaker providing a lot of early game opportunity for both teams.
Yeah. I think we'll be seeing the standard Bloodseeker build. Blade Mail into either SMY or BKB.
Yeah. Blade Mail especially good against Chrissy and...
Yeah. It's just how much the Bloodseeker is going to prioritize BKB over something like a SMY, which has also been a very popular pickup.
But you could just feel that this game is not going the way that TNC has intended, right? The kill score has been way too low. Another Rupture being spent, and he's out of there. So this is the 3rd Rupture that we talked about.
He was definitely expecting to not get a kill, though, because he had no teammates nearby. Shadow Fiend had a TP, and I feel like that was actually... That one there was a zoning Rupture.
I'll take that.
But yeah, like you say, they want to kill at some point with this Bloodseeker.
So I'm not sure about this TNC
they're still, to me, they're controlling the early game for the most part. Like, the Bloodseeker is still farming better than the Shadow Fiend overall. And they're getting a lot of space for Queen of Pain at top. We haven't even seen Queen of Pain get involved here. Look at the difference in net worth between Shadow Fiend and Bloodseeker. That, to me, that's what the 3 Ruptures have done.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that I feel like his team has not been helping him out is that neither lane has been trading very aggressively. Because I feel like when you have a Bloodseeker on your team, you want to make those trades. You want to get your HP as well as, more importantly, their HP low. Because suddenly, you know, he's moving at 400 MS, 500 MS. And it feels like Darkseer as well as Leshrac is very good at saying, hey, I'm going to just push out the lane. No trading shall be had. So I don't think this Bloodseeker is going to
He's got another Rupture, Jo.
What is this cooldown? He doesn't have the TP now, so he's kind of on his own, but his teammates is coming in. Bloodlight's going to come in, and do they have the raises? They will get the kill as a result. One more raise should do it. Jo going to get a little bit of regen back thanks to that Blood Rage.
That was a very defensive smoke. They defensively smoked back towards their tier 1/tier 2 tower.
Hey man, it works against the Bloodseeker, so... Alright, so this is kind of what my question was going into game 2. If TNC doesn't get that snowball, or if the snowball just ends, what do they do, right? Because
I think they're fine. I think their snowball doesn't normally start until 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. At least that's how I feel it. To me, what matters more is what's going to happen over the next 10 minutes. Once Queen of Pain gets involved, once Bristleback picks up his first core item. Like last game, they didn't really start picking up steam until they got those first, like till they got the Orchid, until they had all those different core items. The Blink on Earthshaker to me was the timing item for TNC last game, which came at 15 minutes. It wasn't until 15 minutes last game where I felt like they really started snowballing.
I felt that even before that point, Earthshaker was making roaming ganks. Klinks was standing on the Leshrac's hill. I thought they were already advantaged. This game, I think it's quite even, right? You could look at net worth, sure, it's TNC, it's pretty ahead, but Shadow Fiend is definitely a very strong comeback hero. Here comes a Rupture on the top lane, TP again at the ready, and he'll make it home.
Okay. Bloodseeker couldn't get in for any auto attacks, and that was a kill TNC were definitely hoping for here. Getting one of the core heroes on the Rave side, something they haven't done in a... Well, they killed the Leshrac a bit earlier while the fight mid was going on.
Did you just see that? He was at 20% health, got the...
What a hero. Yeah. One of the very well, not so much underrated, but some of the underused parts of the Bloodseeker is the killing up teammates and boosting up their damage using the Blood Rage.
I mean, the reason that we see all of these TP out is because of TNC's lack of stuns on the draft as well, right?
Yeah. And Bloodseeker is mostly just solo ganking as well, so... It's not like the Disruptor, Witch Doctor was stacking the Ancients earlier. Disruptor's been kind of playing a bit more passively and defensively. Actually has taken over the mid lane now. And this is the TNC classic from last game where the supports take over mid lane after their mid goes ganking.
But this mid is not ganking, man.
Witch Doctor hits 6. Both supports have a lot of XP on the Dire side.
Yeah, I think Rave has done a very good job in the early game. Kind of slowing things down, just farming, pushing out lanes. And TNC is, to me, they're not really sure. There's another Rupture.
This time they have a glimpse. Jo going to turn, look to fight here. The Static Storm's waiting for Jo. The Fissure comes now. He may look to bring down Bloodseeker first.
Who died first?
The Bloodseeker got the kill first.
Okay.
So it was the Dying Requiem that killed Bloodseeker. He could have just ran there. Could have let his 2 supports finish off the kill with Death Ward in the kinetic field. Now bottom lane, Finger comes out. Down goes Bristleback.
TP in here, Quap kind of come in. Oh, no Sonic Wave, that would have been big. Chrissy trying to line up a stun. Will he hit it? He gets the courier though. Not exactly what he wants, because that's a TP from safe lane to essentially die.
That's not worth it to me. Yeah. It does cut his loss to some extent, and the farm difference suddenly is no longer a farm difference. That was a 900 gold. I don't think that includes the courier money on T5 recap. Bloodseeker now has his Blade Mail. This will help him out a lot in when going for these kills here. Chrissy getting very aggressive behind the T1 tower, but he's low on HP and can't really fight the Disruptor. Will go down. That's the other thing. You can't use fogging when you're against the Bloodseeker. We'll keep vision of you as they tried to chase further and go for Ninja Boogie, but couldn't get any vision for the Rupture.
I'm not sure whether I like this game for TNC. I think Rave is playing extremely well. Yule Scepter for Shadow Fiend, so that's going to give him a little bit of extra time if he gets ruptured. And also you could use it to dodge the Blood Right, because Blood Right hits, I want to say 3 seconds after cast. So you could time it quite easily.
Yeah.
Is it 3?
Yep.
Okay.
So Jao now going to start farming up his own jungle. He's taken over the top of the net worth, and yeah, I think things are going a lot better for Rave. By no means, I don't feel like they're far ahead. I think they're a lot more stable position compared to last game. I think they've got a very strong mid-game draft. I mean, you team fight around Darkseer, Shadow Fiend well, he hasn't gone for the mech. Darkseer can go for the mech, and like their heroes, Earthshaker, Leshrac, fantastic at team fighting compared to, I think, what TNC have to some extent. TNC aren't going to have the guarantee of getting off a Witch Doctor Death Ward against the amount of control on the Rave side.
So what's the team's game plan for either side, you think, for the next 5 to 10 minutes?
I think TNC we see similar to last game where they'll group up and push and fight once they get their couple of core items. The Bristleback, Vanguard, maybe even Ogre Club. Bloodseeker maybe just waits for his Ogre Club. They look to keep on taking fights.
Uh-oh, here comes the Rupture. The glimpse back into the Static Storm. Shadow Fiend will be brought down very quickly. HP is low. Look towards Teehee to start. Wait, why is Teehee not moving like godlike speed? What's going on here?
Everyone's too full on HP. They're all full Lumi. Needs to get him low. It's his own teammates getting low, and the Bristleback is down goes Sam 8. TNC looking to get a return code. They get a glimpse back. That's on Ninja Boogie. They'll trade 1-for-1 line for Bristleback, but they did kill off the Shadow Fiend earlier.
You know, I always wonder why people never draft Zeus and Bloodseeker together. You just ult once.
That was Hot 6 doing that in one game earlier today in the qualifiers, but
I mean, you just get so much sight and damage.
It's great for setting up the Rupture too if you lack vision.
Yeah.
They're trying to catch out Rio here in top lane on Darkseer. Don't get any vision of him.
Yeah, nice TP.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, the T1 tower getting low, and it looks like TNC want to go for it, but they've already TP'd out multiple heroes here in 7. Gonna get stranded, it looks like.
Rupture is going to be used, but
just defensively.
Yeah.
7's healing up so fast here with the 2 points in Voodoo Restoration, but still gets brought down in the end. Meanwhile, Jao with a solo kill. Pays for it with his life, though. I don't even know if you can say that's worth it for Jao, who's now died again. He spent so much time dead this game. Teehee will not be chased down by Darkseer. Darkseer completed mech back at base, and another glimpse back. Ninja Boogie going to be off mark with the Impale, and Teehee, doesn't get the kill. He wanted that one to heal back up. Maybe he could chase on further. He will do so anyways. Rupture, very short cooldown, but not back up just yet. 20 seconds away, and he may just look to run in with the Blade Mail to help heal him up. There's a Static Storm, preventing them from fighting inside it. They get a glimpse back the Earthshaker. He doesn't stand a chance.
Teehee.
Too aggressive.
Playing it, yeah.
Didn't get off his Blade Mail as well.
I think just the past 5 to 15 seconds, that's exactly how TNC wants to play.
Yeah.
Random fights in the river.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Constant. They want to play CIS Dota right now, or in this case, TNC Dota.
Yeah.
So we'll see how things progress from here. There's TNC, and you throw, like, if they can get these kind of fights where they're trading even or getting a slight advantage, they'll itemize in ways that keep favoring them. Pick up Ogre Clubs, pick up SMY on the Bristleback, get a BKB on Bloodseeker. Queen of Pain even going for either an Ags or a BKB for the constant. Actually going for an Orchid here. Another good item for just constant skirmishing.
Yeah, he started it earlier, and of course I think it's really good against all the casters on the team. But
it's just going to come up a bit late this game.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's been dying a couple of times. I also really like the Yule's choice in Shadow Fiend, not just for saving himself, as we see Witch Doctor dying once again.
Lush is pretty fun. This Bloodstone timing is pretty formidable. 7, 3, and 2 on Chrissy's Leshrac.
The Yule's allows the Shadow Fiend to even get kills on Queen of Pain, because her Orchid is so slow at this point. If he gets Yuled and Requiem right under, yeah, she's done. I don't know, man. I think this game is looking more and more like Raves as the game passes on.
Yep. And TNC can't just sit back and say, oh, okay, let's just turtle up, farm out jungle and stuff, because heroes like Leshrac, Shadow Fiend will farm a lot more efficiently. They'll find pickoffs a lot easier using just the Lion Finger of Death cooldown. Shadow Fiend with his Yule's combo, and yeah, you can see on the graphs, it has been swinging towards Radiant favor for some time now. Bloodseeker just not known for his farming efficiency as it is. He wants to keep on fighting, and
he needs to farm heroes, and he's not doing that. Also, TNC coming into the mid game, they actually have no damage. Bristleback has gone for all defensive items, no SMY, and Queen of Pain is their only damage, and she's going for Orchid as well. I feel like when you play maybe 10 to 15 more minutes, TNC will just have nothing, especially when there's such an early mech on the Darkseer.
Well, around the time heroes like Shadow Fiend, Leshrac get BKB, I don't know if Leshrac will go for him, but Shadow Fiend definitely. That's where killing off these heroes in teamfighting just doesn't really become plausible.
Yeah. I mean, that's assuming that we don't see like a 5-man blood right into Sonic Wave. Oh, I like this though. AU going for a Aghanims. This is one of the few times we see such an early aggressive farm. And again, that's kind of a TNC trademark, right?
Same as last game, yeah. It's crazy.
You get support farmed, and I think Disruptor is one of the most underrated supports you get farmed like this.
Oh, they're looking for Tiki here. They surge forward. He's juking in the trees. Fissures there, but he's already popped the blade mail. This makes it a lot harder to bring him down. And he does not want to use the figure, going to wait for it to expire, and now they bring him down with the AoE damage.
Okay, Sonic is still alive. He's finally get brought down. Queen of Pain on the back line, trying to get a couple kills. Rio's going to get out of there.
Death Ward. And some serious damage. Kills off Leshrac, who's going to lose a lot of those Bloodstone charges. Meanwhile, Queen of Pain cleaning up the backlines, gets the Earthshaker, but can't really chase alone, but has backup coming in the form of Witch Doctor Disruptor. Jo winds up a Requiem, does okay damage, but mostly just trying to deter them from chasing. From the low ground goes Rio, vacuum wall, nicely played with a finger. Down goes TNC, they lose 2 and it's going to become 3. As 7 gets low, they can't keep up with him. The Lightning Storm not bad. Chrissy with that fast respawn time from the Bloodstone.
Yeah, he's chasing him down. Glimpse back.
Easy.
All range, he's still there. He's running out of there. I don't think he has a teleport.
Race to the secret shop.
He's got 17 HP regen. Just run through the tower, man. You could do it. No, he actually wants to fight under here, and that's going to be a Yules into a Raze,
that's not
I think.
Work.
Well, his back is still turned. He's tanking it.
Buy some TP scrolls. Okay. Oh, he had reliable gold.
He's got a pipe finished. Or bought. I think Disruptor made a big mistake because he wanted to use a Glimpse to cancel the Requiem, but the Requiem actually went off before that was the case. So they took a ton of damage, and then Wall and Vacuum and Impale came up, so they just kind of got murdered under that ramp. So another fight lost by TNC.
I don't think their lineup isn't really that forgiving as far as losing fights in the game.
No, it's not. Well, I think it's okay if your Bloodseeker, or sorry, if your Bristleback goes for kind of damage and carry items, but he's not. He's trying to be the supportive utility hero of the team. Do we have the Orchid finish yet on the Queen of Pain? Is there any silver lining anywhere? There's nothing.
Crew's coming out, and it is another blue and stuff, so just about to finish.
We're close, we're close.
Still, normally you want this Orchid around like 15 to 18 minutes.
The only thing that TNC has going for them right now is Pipe. And Pipe gives them like a new lease on life for like 5 to 10 minutes. They should have the advantage in the next upcoming fights. Because right now, Rave is mostly magical as well.
Yep.
So, oh, the smoke gets...
That's a very common ward spot as well.
Wait, do we have the Pipe finish? No, I don't think you take fights without the Pipe. They just really need it.
No Pipe, no Ags and Disruptor, and they have got their ultis, but... Rave going to decide similarly they don't really want to fight right now. Leshrac's picked up a Yule's Scepter, which gives them another initiation. Yule's is great at catching Queen of Pain. At this point, Leshrac can almost solo kill Queen of Pain. Maybe can't burst through the damage during the stun duration, but can guarantee a stun setup using the Yules.
Yeah, Yules is generally also a very good item against Bloodseeker. If he's moving very fast and he's hitting very hard, just throw him up in the air for 3.5 seconds and deal with him later. BKB coming out here for Shadow Fiend? Okay. Now, obviously, it's good against everybody else, especially that Glimpse, but Bloodseeker will not care too much as this Rupture is pure. Or, not pure, but goes through BKB.
Yeah, bottom lane, just
Rupture.
He's zoning, yeah, let's say that was... It's one of those ultimates that just gets thrown out when you're not even going for kills.
Uh-oh, is he going to die here? No. Should be fine. He's got the Orchid now.
I see a haste room bottled up by AU.
Is that his bottle as well?
Same as the Earthshaker, I guess, where he's just buying bottles for himself, yeah.
I'm not sure if this is a good bottle purchase.
Yes. Earthshaker when you're roaming, fantastic. But to me, Disruptor's been kind of sitting more slowly in lanes and not quite the same logic that can be applied for the Earthshaker with the Disruptor.
What does he need mana for? He's got a level 1 Lightning Storm. It's not like he's spamming it to farm.
Wants to save the haste room for a team fight.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's some EE stuff, man.
The sudden invis rune in a team fight when no one has dust or sentries.
All right, so BKB is big for that Bloodseeker because previously he's running in and tanking it all. tank a little bit here.
Even stuff like this, Chrissy comes in, he's taking out the blade mail, the finger will also hit the blade mail, but they'll survive this one.
Yep. Is this what we picked the Bloodseeker for?
Well, kind of, just
eat the stuns.
That's the idea with the Bloodseeker, but you don't want to be doing so defensively when you're losing the fights to follow. You're meant to be dying, and then you get 3 kills in return with your team. Like Queen of Pain being there to clean up.
Yeah.
Sure, that's what the Bloodseeker's for, but that specific exchange, no.
I also like the fact that this game, at least for Rave, is not very Roshan-centric. I think when it comes to that, that's where Bloodseeker gets a little bit stronger. He gets incremental damage when Roshan is beating on your team. Vision, Blood right into the Roshan pit is very dangerous as well. And right now, Rave is sticking to the side game. Like they kind of have a very good idea where TNC is coming from. They're focusing on the towers, and they're just getting fat on each and every hero.
They're playing just the safe game for the most part. I mean, they're leading on kills, but they have never, at no point do they really seem to be actively seeking kills. The kills have just been coming to them from TNC's aggression. And you kind of mentioned at the start, like how do they play this to deal with the TNC aggression? It's just about counter ganking and countering what TNC are doing.
They've done that very well, right?
Yeah.
Remember the support, 2-man support, smoking mid just to defend the Shadow Fiend? That's not a play we see a lot, but it worked very well against TNC.
And very much so, like, the first Rupture was the one where Shadow Fiend's like, oh crap, I just got a TP. And then once Rave figured out, okay, Bloodseeker's going to keep going for this play, they reacted well. Yeah. It wasn't like they were there the first time and predicted it. It was like, okay, they just adapted to what TNC kept on doing with the Bloodseeker.
Do you think that Bloodseeker is a hero that only really works if the team makes mistakes?
Not necessarily. I think you can just force plays with the hero's tankiness in the front lines, but I think a few things didn't go his way this game. The gank top on the docks here, if that had succeeded, it would be a lot better position for both Queen of Pain as well as the Bloodseeker. And I think also the Queen of Pain rotations have been almost to me a bigger problem than the Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
I think the Queen of Pain has been the bigger failure compared to the Bloodseeker this game. In the sense that Queen of Pain had a very slow orchid and a couple miscues when she rotated. That TP bottom where she died and just killed a courier, for example. But even other times, like the Sonic Wave on the Darkseer and Darkseer lived. Like that is the kind of thing that you can't really afford to have happen for a Queen of Pain. Whereas for a Bloodseeker, it's like, well, 60-second cooldown. The hero's not being picked for his ultimate timings.
Sure. Now we see double Yules, double BKB on the side of Rave, and the damage output on TNC continues to drop. Pipe has been finished for, I want to say, 3-4 minutes, but they haven't used it yet.
They're waiting BKB. At this point, I think they have to wait BKBs. Leshrac is so scary. Leshrac has BKB, Bloodstone, Yules, and level 16.
Yeah. And Bloodseeker is one of the few heroes that, even when you get so many defensive items, you can get some damage with Thirst, provided they get hit. And the question is, how are they getting hit, though?
Sonic Wave alone may not cut it.
Also, I think you need to expand a Sonic Wave at the very beginning of the team fight. This might be a game where AU has to, like, Super Saiyan carry them, because it doesn't matter if you have BKB Yules if they get shut down by a Static Storm with Aghanims on it. That might be what they need.
Well, there's the value teamfight rune. Invis picked up by Disruptor, and as far as getting off an Aghanims Disruptor
he's going to get picked, though.
Oh, yep. Jail winning up. Requiem will be enough.
Got Blink as well. This is where Rave pushes a T2, I believe.
He was about 80 gold short of his Ag Scepter. And having an Ags plus Invis rune for a teamfight is huge for Disruptor, because you can't set up your ulti with a Glimpse if they have BKB, because they can just dodge the Glimpse. Or, just preemptively BKB. And
it's so hard to do it this game, because he has no teammates to stun for him. He's essentially on his own.
No Earthshaker, just a Witch Doctor cast. Maybe Bloodseeker ruptures and then he can follow, because they'll stand still with the rupture. And you won't BKB because you can't BKB out of the rupture damage. So a hero will stand still once they get ruptured.
Although I think at this point that Rave is tanking up to just like, I'm gonna run out. Yeah, okay, what are you gonna do?
Alright, Lesh with Aegis. So Lesh getting kind of close to that 3 life status with the number of Bloodstone charges as well, starting to accumulate. Jay up to 2.5k gold. He can transition into more that late game Shadow Fiend if he wants to.
Do you like the Blink choice? Obviously, it's great for pickoff, and we saw it against the Disruptor. Or do you think he just need to keep on getting tanky, make sure that he's just the unkillable Shadow Fiend? Maybe like Scotty, for example.
one of the nice things is they've got multiple other blink carriers because like each subsequent blink gets kind of stronger and stronger when you can follow up the Earthshaker initiation immediately or follow up a Darkseer vacuum immediately.
Are we going to see the dream combo? The blink vacuum fissure into Requiem?
There's even an Impale. There's an Aghanim's Lion there if you want to go 60 minutes in the game. I don't think we're going to see.
I don't see. I mean, that's
Ninja Boogie can't even farm a blink.
Yeah, I don't think that's a part of the combo.
No.
It could be though, but
the vacuum Requiem with a fissure / echo, absolutely.
They should buff Lion's Aghanim. Give him something else.
Yeah, it's
give him an AoE mana drain. That'd be pretty sick, actually.
Or you can just like cast it on like while you're draining from here, you can still channel. You can click the ability again and target multiple heroes.
Or you could give your ally mana.
Oh yeah,
that's actually pretty broken.
But I don't know with I mean, considering you just bought an Ag Scepter, I don't think that's broken. If that's like all you're getting out of your Ag Scepter, I don't think that's broken at all.
I was gonna say just a line buff to mana drain in general, not. Oh. J.O.'s playing it really up front.
He has not got the H. He's got BKB, goes in Disruptor.
Dead Disruptor, yeah.
That's a hero worth taking out the start of the fight. That Ag's ulti will be a team fight decider.
Also take out the Witch Doctor as well. Fissure is gonna momentarily cut off the retreat path, and with the 2 hero dead, I think you could just go high ground now. Type actually did nothing there.
So Finger and Requiem were used on the side of Rave as well as the Shadow Fiend BKB, but Leshrac Aegis just send him onto the high ground. They've got the Darkseer Vacuum Wall, they've got the Bleak Earthshaker. This, to me, is good timing for Rave to at least start prodding away at this Tier 3 tower, force out the Glyph with the Edict. And Rave will probably just wait for the next creep wave and then go again. Chrissy just gets out of tower range and even gets a defensive fissure to cover it.
Oh. By the way, I really like the itemization. I keep going back to this, but Rave's 3 core are never getting silenced, but or
yeah, unless they just don't want to be.
Yeah,
like, use these items.
Guardian Greaves, debuffing. So
quad blinks up by the way on Rave now. Some serious mobility to go with it. Even easier to dodge the Bloodseeker silence.
So again, the only thing that's going to carry them back in the game is a amazing Static Storm by the Disruptor, but he's actually getting initiated on. He finally has it. I think this is a time where you make the self-smoke play. High away from the fight. They see them jump in and you just drop Static Storm on top. Hope for the best.
Yeah, you've got to get... If you just get the static... I guess if you go for the Shadow Fiend, maybe Darkseer gets a good counter initiation off. You don't have to worry too much about the Earthshaker because he can't really blink into a Static Storm.
Right.
But definitely Darkseer, the Disruptor wants to be the one initiating a fight rather than using it defensively. And still with Aegis in hand, I imagine Rave should look to make another play as long as they have it. They don't want to just let it expire without getting much done. They've hit some pretty nice item timings right now.
Well, here comes that smoke. Shadow Fiend seems to be going for a Butterfly, which is a fine item choice. I think Ethereal Blade would not be bad either. Simply because TNC's physical damage output has not been significant at all. But he buys what he wants to buy, and if they get one pick here, TNC is just done, I think.
Yep. So, Sam H on the front lines. He's not the easiest game. A few deaths in the offlane, and this has just been a good performance from Rave to stay alive against the TNC aggression, but Smoke not going to amount to too much. They split up, farm all 3 lanes, whereas TNC are bottled up in their base, not really getting much in the way of gold.
Also, Leshrac has brown boots, which is key because should he die in this fight, he's going to come back alive with Bloodstone very quickly.
Yep.
And BOT is a great way to get back in the fight.
Yeah, we imagine even just buying BOTs very soon.
Which, by the way, Parker, since we've got quite a bit of time, this game's not going anywhere. What do you feel about BOT2? Do you actually think it's worth the 200 gold?
It's very situational, and it's to me it's just purely a ganking item because it's not actually it's like if you have like a solo ganking hero like Nyx, you can TP in with him to give him that like extra follow-up damage.
Right.
But I think it's pretty situational for late game pickoff. Like it's great in these ultra late game scenarios where you can find pickoffs with it.
A lot of times I think just TPing to there's generally some creep that's close by. Yeah. Unless your Nyx is in their jungle.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think it's very situational for lineups where you have that hero who's going to roam around looking for kills, specifically in the late to ultra late game. Nyx, Clinks, whatever it may be.
What do you think instead of being able to TP onto you, This Lumi theory crafting, because you know I'm so good at
like choose any spot on the map. You
no,
can
not
Fury
that.
on TP.
Like not fair in TP, but make it a recall, like Colorado recall.
So you could TP, bring a hero to you.
Yeah. So it's obviously not what BO3 is designed to do, but it makes it such that you could keep non-upgraded boots on a carry, or have, like, let's say your number 1 core is so fat that he's completely 6-slotted even without boots. You know, sometimes you get that situation, and somebody just TPs him as he split push.
It's more than the item would have. What, you'd have to have the TP on there as well as the recall. So having an item with 2 actives doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, it doesn't work. Okay.
I mean, yeah, you have to have some way to toggle between the 2 actives, which doesn't really work.
Well, you could toggle wards.
Yeah, that's it. That was going to be my argument. Like, wards can do it. I was like, I think the argument still kind of applies.
Then you can double tap TP, right, to base.
Yeah, exactly. That's the double tap. So maybe it's a separate item altogether, but you lose the teleport. For the recall.
That seems pretty bad. Actually, that's...
I mean, it's like a ultra farm support kind of thing in late game, so your carry doesn't have to have boots or something. It doesn't have to carry TP scroll.
I do like the fact that now Dota has so many different items that...
Yeah.
It's very fresh. At the same time, though, a lot of heroes just have still 1 build, which is somewhat disappointing. Smoke coming out from TNC, trying to find a pick.
They're going to catch vision soon of the Darkseer. They're in Hopper's suit, and Teehee will pop the smoke. Oh, blink out immediately.
And they all just get out of there.
I think it was Ninja Boogie to the north who maybe also got some vision there.
Well, ward is dropped down. They do see Real coming in right now.
They're turning this one around. They've got
Leshrac
on the move, and Leshrac, by the way, just picked up an Ocarina called BKB Reckon. They're going to blow up the Disruptor, start the fight. Wall. Use someone unnecessarily defensively, but they'll get a second kill, and it's a easy team fight from here for Rave. Bloodseeker TP out, unsuccessful.
And that will allow them to push bottom. Creep Wave conveniently right next to them. Do they got triple buybacks? I don't think so.
They have single on the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, they need the Disruptor. And it's not to say that he's been playing poorly, but honestly, getting caught out 3 times in a row by the same combo is...
He's just not, like, respecting that. Shadowfin will use his Requiem just for the Disruptor.
It's worth it.
That's how important this hero is to the TNC teamfight.
Yeah. And Rave, without any kind of challenge, will take down the bottom Rex, I imagine, and rotate mid. Look at this.
25 seconds on Bloodseeker, who can buy back, so they may actually look to defend.
Yeah, they'll fight now with Disruptor alive.
Not buying back just yet. They've got to do it soon. There we go. The buyback comes in. Bloodseeker on the front line taking a lot of damage. Chrissy just BKBs and fights. This Octarine core going to make him hard to deal with. As he goes in, he wants a Disruptor, just trying to force out that Static Storm to be misplayed. Chrissy, TP, he's gone.
Yeah, no way to cancel it. I think Glimpse has been used already. Oh, they're running up the hill. Oh no, Ayo, he drops a Storm, but there's nobody to follow up. That's it.
And now, Lesh. Where's that level 2 boots of travel recall now, Lumi? Gotta bring the Lesh back.
It's okay, I don't think they need the Lesh.
No, they're gonna keep poking and prodding here. Shadowfin gets another kill. It looks like he'll get Sam H as well. Maybe not enough damage against the Bristleback. Lion blinks forward, but quickly realizes that maybe not the best idea. Nice defensive surge. Sonic Wave not gonna reach as well. As Queen of Pain gets zoned out. This is bottom racks claimed, and Leshrat's pushing mid, so they just go for 2 lanes here if they want to. Rave just too far ahead.
Yeah. So I think this game has been a good showcase of... The team is not just about Teehee, even though he makes the wild plays, you know, the solo mid juggernaut, the clinks. But I think he's very... He's dependent at least on getting a couple of successful roam kills from his support. And not only that, but having some backup carries. I think our central point of this game was that Queen of Pain never became the Queen of Pain that she could have been, right?
Compare what Chrissy's done in Leshrac this game to the Queen of Pain, and it's miles between what the two have accomplished. But they'll get the mid lane of Rax as well. TNC gonna hold on to this game for now. BKB coming up in a couple seconds for Jay. He gets Yule's up in the air. There's a blink. Echo. It feels like the first Echo of the game. They just haven't needed it.
The dream! Okay, only killed one, but it looked good.
It did look good. Yeah. Style points here as they bring down Witch Doctor as well, and gotta imagine that GG call coming soon now. They'll drop the wall, and the crazy thing with the Rave is they never seem to need all their ultis. Like that's the first time I feel like we've seen an Echo Slam.
Yeah.
Half the walls we've seen haven't been needed as well. It just really goes to show how far ahead Rave have been in every single team fight for the last 20 minutes. The early game I feel was close. I feel like TNC were just a couple of kills away from starting to snowball, maybe a couple less deaths on key heroes like the Queen of Pain, and things could have been very different.
I think close is not good enough. I think close is...
I agree.
Yeah, I think when you play Bloodseeker, you cannot let it be close. That's my point.
Yep. We're joined back on the panel, K-Pop and Purge. Game 2 wrapped up. We're going to game 3.
Yeah, that's one of the best ways I've seen to beat TNC the entire group. We talked about it before. The Shadow Fiend did a pretty good job in the early end, mid, and well, the whole game long, just kind of countering what the Bloodseeker brought to the table. They're great support play out of MVP Phoenix, keeping him safe. Smoking to defending when they knew that Rupture was off cooldown.
I'm not sure if that was intended play.
We're going to pretend it's on purpose.
I think they probably intended to gank mid from behind, but then they realized what's going on.
Well, they intended to help out at the Shadow Fiend, right? And however that gets done, that's the right play, correct? So they did a really good job there. I think, and like you were talking about towards the end, it seems like Teehee is kind of the emotional barometer for his team, right? If he is playing well, if they're having a good game, TNC's having a good game. If he's having a poor game, it kind of goes that way for them as well. So a good job there by Rave.